a game that we probably didn't play our best, or they forced us to not play our best. And then the ability to give these guys some time off to rest their minds and bodies, I think, is a good thing at this point. And then we'll come back to work after a few days. I don't want to say away from each other, but to give them a chance to kind of back up and get ready for finals, which, you know, talking to a lot of coaches across the country, this is the time of year they're starting to give their guys off a couple days here and there. And I think it's a much deserved break for our guys, and they better come back with the fire and intensity that they need to play with.
Chaz, the rim had been kind of unkind to you early in the game. A bunch of them kind of rolled out. Do you ever hesitate to, at the end of the game, to go back in there?
That's basketball. You know, it's a 50-50 chance, and it's all about how you plan and the confidence you have. And you know, coaching and my teammates have a lot of confidence in me. And you know, I just looked at them for, you know, them just keep me going. And they told me just keep playing hard, keep working hard, and you know, we ended up with a victory.
I feel like the three of you guys kind of took a turn in that second half. Seems like Freddie got you going early. Putney had the big stretch in the middle, and then you kind of finished it.
Yeah. Once again, Fred played an amazing game, and you know, these past couple of days in practice, he been getting down on himself because he had missed. And you know, everybody on the team would just tell him, you know, just keep shooting. That's what you do. That's the type of player you are. And he's a great player. And today he performed, you know, not all the way. Not, you know, I feel he could play, but you know, it was good enough for the victory. And I know coach is probably satisfied.
Freddie, it seemed like after I think it was your sixth three-pointer, you kind of looked up into the sky and screamed. I mean, was that a very satisfying feeling for you? Did you feel like you had it tonight?
I was just happy to be making shots finally and be helping my team. So I was just playing my role, and the shots went in, and I'm thankful for that.
Raphiael, can you just comment on those three floaters you had in the lane there? It was a very critical time in the game.
I just took my time, just concentrated on getting a floater, because that's the play we run an X play, which is a big man dive, and I dive, and I just stand there and put my hands up. So I just use my length to my ability and just put it in the basket.
Is that a pretty key part of your offense against the zone? It seems like you used that a few times against the zone.
Yeah, I thought these guys did a nice job of just moving without the ball in our kind of 4-round-1, just really looking for gaps, getting in the middle of the zone. And then they did an excellent job on an out-of-bounds play we've worked on, but not probably as much as we could have or should have, you know, kind of Xing the bigs and just throwing it high to the big guy. And, you know, when Putney has his length that he has, he made a couple really nice plays against the zone and the OB unders. Those are much-needed baskets because we were struggling a little bit against the zone.
Chaz, I'll ask you this, because you have the ball much of the time at the end of the game. You guys are going to have a lot of close games in the conference. Is there added value to the fact that these last couple of games have been among your first close games of the year, and what experience do you think you can get from that?
You know, we got a lot of experience from it. We know the things we can do, you know, to succeed in the close games, and, you know, that's something we have to work on, and something we've been working on with Coach. And, you know, I take my hats off to Coach. He's such a great coach. He knows everything.
You can't play any more minutes.
He knows everything to call in the time period, and, you know, he just executed towards the end.
I would think that that's something you can simulate in practice. You know, having a game like, you know, in the balance, or is it? Is that something you can practice?
Yeah, but it's not as serious as, you know, a win or a loss. You know, sometimes it'll be a sprint or a liner, but it's nothing compared to a loss or a victory.
Chaz, you talk about the free throws, making free throws down the stretch. You obviously practice that during games. Just talk about your mindset going into those situations.
You know, just being a point guard, I was always taught, you know, being a point guard, you might have the ball late in your hands towards the end of the game, so it's always good to make free throws. And you know, I just wanted this victory just as the guys did, and we all wanted this victory. So I didn't want to let my teammates down, and you know, I just wanted to get this victory.
Freddie, what goes through your mind when you see Sean get a block like that at the end of the game that time?
I was just glad he didn't foul the guy because he had picked up some soft fouls. So I told him the last time he fouled a point guard, just use your athleticism and make him shoot over at the last minute. So he took the advice and he ended up blocking the shot.
Freddie, for a guy who doesn't play very often in Springfield, any reason you seem to have a pretty good touch here? A couple of years ago, you kind of lit it up here, and again tonight, it must be a comfortable place for you.
Yeah, I guess so.
He likes my hometown.
Chaz, could you talk about going up against their point guard there? Just battling him. You know, you guys are pressing and all over each other most of the game?
Yeah, he's a pretty good player, and coach emphasized that, all week on scout. And, he told me, it was going to be a challenge for me, and it was going to be a good test. And one thing me and the guys in the brotherhood always said all year was we going to step up to the challenge no matter what it is. So, coach gave me the assignment, and I just went out there and just performed how I had to.
What was it like seeing OD, your old AAU teammate?
Oh, it was a good experience. I was giving my teammates some pointers on him, from back in the day. But he's a good player. He's a great player. And, he's good for Siena. And, it was just a good feeling playing against him again.
What were the pointers, or is that a secret?
Yeah, that's a little secret. Keep inside the brotherhood.
Chaz, you were definitely the closer tonight. Is that a role that you embrace going further into the season?
Yeah, but at any given night, any given time, any one of us guys or any one of the brotherhood can be a closer. And it's just about wanting to take the next step and bringing the team to a victory.
Derek, I'll ask you the same question I asked Chaz. I mean, I'm sure you'd like to win by 12 or 20, but is there value to the fact that the last couple of games, and even the one you lost in Miami, have come down to making decisions in the last couple of minutes?
Well, I think it definitely has been a learning experience since we lost the one in Miami, and I thought we made some mistakes down the stretch. We followed them and put them to the free throw line on numerous occasions in the last 2 or 3 minutes, which were 80 feet from the basket. And I thought we did a better job, good job at East Carolina, although it didn't look exactly the way it should on video. At least we pulled out the win, and I thought we did a pretty good job this evening of getting it close and then making some free throws in place. And I thought Siena played close to about as good as they can play. I mean, the big kid had 22 and 14. It was a force inside. Downey, I thought he had a great game in their point guard. Some because we were pressing, and some because he's fast and quick. He made a difference out there. And if they can repeat that effort, if they can repeat the way they played tonight, they got a chance to surprise some people in their league. Because with all the injuries they've had and kind of a couple kids that didn't make it, they're a little thin. But they played pretty tough tonight. I thought they out-scrapped us, especially in the first half.
Coach, you talked about the difference between the first half and the second half. It seems like, especially midway through the second half, you guys really had a spark in the role.
Well, Chaz stepped it up a little bit and got his teammates kind of pumped up. I mean, he made that 1-3, and then he came to the bench, and some guys were ready to push forward, and I thought his verbal intensity or energy giving was good for the team. And then Put had that big dunk. Freddie was out. I mean, I just thought that it took a while for us to kind of get the flow of the game where it needed to be. We never totally turned it over the way I would like, but we got it enough where the game had a little pace to it. The one thing we can't do, and I think it's hurting us, is that we're putting teams to the line 27, 29, 30 times. You can never get a flow in the game or a pace going when we're doing that. So we have to watch tape and not try to put teams to the free throw line. We're giving up 20 and we're getting 14. It's been a negative just about every game, and I think that's the one thing that we need to rectify.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.